Hello and welcome to Tabletop Odyssey. My name is Jay and today I'm going to be talking about 3 ways that you can play X-Wing 2.0 right about now. And for those of you wondering why this is special, if you're coming from this in the future, well, X-Wing 2.0 right now isn't out. We are only going to get the proper release in September and I'm recording this in June. So that's, that might make a bit of sense. So how can you play now? Well, the first thing we need to know are like, what are the rules? That might seem a bit simple, but we need to know, can you play enough to get by? And I think the obvious conclusion to that is yes. So the 3 different ways we're going to talk about though, we're going to talk about actually printing off your own stuff, like printing the cards or having an app with the cards on, not an app, like an iPad or something with the cards on. We'll talk about Fly Casual and we'll talk about Tabletop Simulator. So let's talk about the rules as a whole. There is a document which I'll try and link to if I remember, which basically has, it's a document that is documenting all of the changes for X-Wing. It's also got all the cards and stuff like that at the bottom. It literally has everything you could ever possibly want here. I shouldn't have done that because I'm on my mobile broadband because we've moved house and I don't have proper internet yet, so I shouldn't really try and get everything. But this documents all the changes. This sort of shows that we have enough to play if that's your thing. So you could use this for all 3 of the kind of methods that I'm going to suggest or recommend here, whatever you want to call it. So all the cards are at the bottom, but we've had the spoiled images for the core set. If you wanted to have a closer look at them, they've been spoiled basically. You can probably find that if you Google it. We've had all the conversion kits and everything spoiled, so pretty much all the cards are out there if that's what you want. And if you are going to print them, like physically going to print them onto paper and cut them out or what have you, you might be thinking, well, what about the templates and stuff like that? You can just sort of like knock those up basically with card or paper, whatever you. But if you've got a 3D printer, for example, somebody on Thingiverse has made a medium base, which is the middle one between the small and the large. And I know that sounds obvious, but they've made it so that the templates and everything sticks will fit in. So there's that. Also, if you want to check people playing X-Wing 2.0 on YouTube, well, that's actually just the 3 base sizes that are compared. Then I know X-Wing Junkies here, they've got a couple of videos where they're actually playing X-Wing 2.0. Oh, and that's just my notifications up there, which I can't randomly get off. That's because I'm clicking it. But they played the game already, so they've already got 2 battle reports up basically. So it's obviously doable. They're doing it. I'm not going to show you any of their video, not because, well, 1, I haven't asked, and 2, my internet's crap, as I alluded to earlier. So yeah, you can print them. That's one way. Now we'll have a look at Fly Casual. Now, Fly Casual, that's really not what I was trying to do. Fly Casual is let's say a free to download thing, app, game, whatever you want to call it. And at the minute, it's obviously not fully featured in the 2nd edition. I think it's a guy who's been working on this for the 1st edition. You can pick edition and pick which one you want. If you pick 2nd edition though, there's not really much in terms of, you can't really build your list, but you can still play against the AI. Obviously the guy's going to like work on this and make it so you can build everything you want, but I could be, this would be my Galactic Empire list, or if I wanted to go back at this, that would be my Rebel list. Let's see what he's done for the Scum and Villainy list. He has done something. He's got Boba Fett, so he's possibly used the threat levels that I haven't actually checked. Either way, you can literally go in and play this sort of now. Let's randomize that. And so yeah, this would be the Imperials versus an AI Boba Fett. I'm blocking the AI section, but this isn't necessarily a tutorial on how to use this. Like if you want to, I'm fairly sure that already exists. But everything works pretty much as you would. Let's just randomly select these because I don't really want. Oh, I'll just keep randomly selecting them. Oh nope, it's doing it automatically. It's just a bit slow. Setup. It's a shame I can't randomly like set up my ships, but you just select them like this, put them in, and it does all the mode for you basically. you know, you pick your movement, and it sort of like works it sequentially. Now, it's possibly not great to play against the AI without knowing what everything's doing, because a lot of the time things can just sort of rush by without you understanding what's actually happened, because the game is doing it automatically. You're not necessarily learning the game. So I would possibly only recommend this if you've already got a decent idea of what the X-Wing 2nd Edition is going to actually entail. It's not something I would do. Why I couldn't go I don't know why I didn't go 5 there. I'm not properly reaching it. Ship could not be selected. It's because I'm doing it in the wrong order. That's why. You know what I mean? The game will do it for you. You can pick your focus, your tokens, and all that kind of stuff. I won't go through the whole game. It's definitely, I mean, if you can do this online, which, to be fair, I haven't tried, me and Katie might try and do a very basic game. I would like... I've got a decent understanding, I think, of X-Wing 2.0 changes, but what I don't have a proper understanding is the cards yet, so I don't really know what everything does, so understanding what's actually happening is a bit of a problem. Let's see if I went on the internet, what would happen. How do I get to connect to somebody? I would create something, I would have a password, and I would create a room. Is there a list of rooms? Room is successfully created, waiting for the opponent to join. I don't know how that works. I'll try that off screen. But that's the second method is Fly Casual. It's a very interesting app. I'm very happy that it exists. As I said, it's actually currently like it's free. There's no barrier to get into that, so it's definitely something you can do. So let's have a look at option number 3. So the third and last method that I'm going to be talking about today is Tabletop Simulator. Now, Tabletop Simulator itself is not free, but a lot of the mods are. If you can get it in sale, it's normally maybe like £6 to £10, $6 to $10, something like that. You'd have to download the X-Wing 2.0 mod. It's specifically different from the X-Wing normal mod, because obviously it's designed for X-Wing 2. So you can play this online with friends very easily. I've definitely played a couple of games with Katie at Star Wars Legion and stuff like that. However, in this case, I'm just going to click single player just to like get it up and running. Then you can see all the ones that I've already downloaded. We've got X-Wing Unified 2.0. We'll load up the game. Now, neither of these are like purely perfect at the moment. Like, this doesn't work the same way that the first edition works. Like, all the cards and everything are already on the table, but pretty much everything like dial assigning and all that kind of stuff does work. But there's a few automated things here, like it will automatically do your movement if that's one thing you want to do, but you've got all access to the cards, and a lot of it's like you can drag out your own tokens, do your own dice. Like, all of that can be manually done, which is sort of more like the actual game, I guess. So what I'll do here is I'll just quickly pick a colour, and I'll show you I'm not going to show you how to work this. If that's something people are interested in, then obviously I might do it at some point. But I'm fairly sure you just whack your ships in there, you click assign dials, and then each ship gets a dial. And then if that's on the table, let's say Darth Vader's on the table and I want to do a 5 forward, I flip that over, put it on the table. Let's say it comes around to Darth Vader's turn. It's time for me to reveal Darth Vader. Oh, I get this. I do his movement if I want. You can get out his turret arc if you want to measure and stuff like that. You can do barrel rolls. You can, do not barrel rolls, boosts. You can do barrel rolls. You can do barrel rolls and boosts and all that kind of stuff. So then once you've done, you just click return, and in theory he's done so. It's not automatic for everything. Like the Fly Casual thing is pretty much like it babysits you. But the good thing about this is you've got your cards here. You can just look at the cards and look what they mean. Like, oh, this has got advanced targeting computer. Do you know what I mean? It's physically there, whereas on the Fly Casual thing, it's like watching a battle report with the things at the side. You can mouse over them and see what they are. I don't think I actually showed that. As I said, this isn't necessarily a tutorial, but one costs money but has a different, unique flavour to it, and the other's free and is sort of pre-programmed for you. Neither of them I don't think are like perfect at the moment. I'm sure I haven't played too much with this, but I'm sure if I played a lot with it, I would find little errors and stuff like that. But the game's not even out yet, so you know, it's not necessarily a problem. But that's it really. Like, I just wanted to come on and show you 3 sort of, I say simple ways. If you print everything off, it's not really that simple. Maybe if you just got the pictures you wanted for your list on your phone or a tablet or something, it would be simple to actually move them, get used to it, that kind of thing. But definitely fly casual, it is simple, but it sort of expects you to know it already, and the game can whiz by and you can be dead within a second unless you know it, unless you already understand the game, kind of thing. Whereas I personally think Tabletop Simulator might be the best one to play it and learn it for like an ease kind of thing, but it's not free, so you've got to balance that up. But there are 3 ways to play X-Wing 2.0 right now, which is pretty decent. Obviously, I should have said this at the start, we don't have the points. And instead of the points, what we could possibly use, we have seen the threat level. We believe, I think threat level 8 will be the equivalent to a 200 point list. The points are only going to come with the app, so we've had a few leaks or a few like little tidbits just sort of like slip through the net. I think somebody mentioned one on the podcast, maybe Luke being 30 points or whatever it is. And on one of the articles, I think you can possibly see some of the points, but I think it's probably best to just ignore points until we actually get the cards. For now, I would try and play around with threat level and try and use a little bit of common sense. Like, don't take all the best stuff and give your opponent nothing, because you would possibly smash them and that would be unfair. But you can get to grips with the cards, see if you can figure out any combos. Like, we're not necessarily 100% sure what upgrades people can take because it's not printed on the card. So there's a small chance there could be some like quirks. I don't think there will be, so it's better to go possibly for like the core set, play with the I forgot what they're called. I just mentioned it, you know, the thing with the threat level, and play with that for now, because you know they can pretty much definitely take those and that kind of thing. Anyway, there's my 3 simple ways. If you like the video, do like as ever. If you want to try and play with your friends, share this video with some of your friends. If you're interested in some tutorials on how to actually set these up, and maybe you're not that computer literate, then do let me know. I'm personally not going to do the one where I print them out. I considered that, but I decided I can't be bothered because I'm lazy. Whereas at Fly Casual and Tabletop Simulator, I can just sit on my bum and play them. Like, share, subscribe, have a most beautiful day, and goodbye. Bye, guys.